Hey there, stud. Looking for woke, unapologetically proud women in your area?
My name is Zara. I'm 20 years old. My pronouns are normally Zai, Zim, Sir. Also bun, buns, bun self, and I tend to switch pronouns very often, so I will be posting probably weekly what my pronouns are.
Tired of discussing politics without including transgender rights?
I am demi-girl, demi-boy, occasionally trans-ethnic, mixed, polykin, asexual, demi-romantic.
Got any extra life savings just sitting around to spend on medication for self-diagnosed illnesses? My pain is real.
I have PTSD, psychosis, DID, schizophrenia, ADHD, BPD, ASPD, NPD, and several others. I do not have money, so yes, I am self-diagnosed. I am still valid. Fight me.
You ever wanted to sacrifice your entire weekend for oversensitivity training? Brought to you by Tumblr.com. Men are trash.
I'm going to call you out if you deserve it, so be prepared. I'm a cult leader. Also, I'm actually divine. I don't remember my past life, but I do know I ruled over a giant galaxy with my partner. Ask to follow me if you are cis, if you are white, if you are male, if you are straight. Down with cis.
Sign up for manhatersonly.com for only several easy payments of $99.99 or reparations for white guilt, if you will. Join us now. They sure as hell don't like to wait.
Cis chicks like men. That's it. Someone on the asexual spectrum.
I don't know why, but it bothers me when someone's response to me being trans is,
That's cool. Doesn't bother me. People should be free to do what they want. Whatever floats your boat, as long as you're happy.
it just seems like a lazy take. I don't want to be barely tolerated.
To be honest, it should be legal to murder men with no consequences.
Straight boys are weak and pathetic. Queer girls walk into the ladies' changing room and see 10 women naked. Do they stare? Do they say something inappropriate? Do they make them uncomfortable? No, because they have the common fucking sense to recognize when a situation is sexual and that people deserve the most basic level of respect to not be harassed. Yet here we are banning shorts and low-cut tops in school because straight boys are weak and pathetic.
2 hours later.
Okay. Made this post this morning, and it has since had 82,000 notes. It's been featured on Reddit, Facebook, Twitter. I've been sent multiple death threats and messages that I don't even want to describe, and I have to apologize. I've seen the error of my ways. Straight boys are not weak and pathetic.
Straight boys are weak, pathetic, and fucking annoying.
But I have sexual thoughts.
You're still ace.
But I masturbate.
Doesn't make you any less ace, buddy.
But I sometimes have sex.
Having sex doesn't make you not ace, actually.
But I'm not sex repulsed.
Fun fact, asexuality is a spectrum. You don't have to be sex repulsed to be ace.
But I like sexual touching. But I sometimes feel horny. But I watch porn. But
your identity is your identity. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not whatever enough. If you say that you're asexual, you're asexual enough.
Men cause so much pain. So much fucking pain to their mothers, to their sisters, to their children, to their wives, and they're oblivious. They're absolutely oblivious to how much they have negatively impacted and ruined each woman's life individually in the household.
I feel like how kids perceive the world says a lot about society. I'm watching 3 boys today at work and they were playing with the dollhouse. One of them pulled out a male doll and said, "Ooh, look, a person." Then another pulled out a female doll and said, "And a mommy." It's just interesting how this stuff is ingrained in children from birth. Don't call me boy or refer to me as one. It makes me hella uncomfortable. Boy is better for some reason. Also, don't call me a man if you're cis or unless I've given you permission, because it also makes me uncomfortable. I'm male, but I'm not a man, okay? Thanks. Also, don't call or refer to me as human. People put that in tags of my selfies sometimes, and it also makes me uncomfortable. Thanks. Other male-coded gendered language is fine, like dude and guy, and bro and stuff. Just man and boy are bad. Edit.
Hey man is fine, but don't call me a man if that makes sense.
Reblog if you care if I kill myself. I tried to scroll past this, but that one reblog might save somebody's life.
Well, I tried to scroll too.
Don't do it.
You can't just scroll past. It could mean life or death for one more person. At self-diagnosed people with dissociative identity disorder or other specified dissociative disorders, what was it like finding out you had DID or OSDD? Did you know you have it the second you found out it exists? What was it like before you found out? Did you notice symptoms of it before or after you knew about it?
Any artist who only draws thin characters, people, and refuses to draw larger bodies needs to be reported for hate speech, because that's literally what it is, hate speech. It perpetrates the idea that only thinner bodies are beautiful and attractive, thus worthy of being drawn. And that can send a very bad message to those suffering from body issues. We as a society have a responsibility to make sure everyone feels safe and welcome. Hashtag fat acceptance, hashtag fat people, hashtag fat activism.
At some point, Republicans are going to start believing in climate change, and they're going to push for things like cutting off electricity to black neighborhoods and taking cars away from working class people, and we're going to miss the denial days. Fuck. I hate how horrifically, brutally possible this feels. I think men hate reading novels with love romance in them written by women because they can't write what actual love looks like, and women can. All those great classics men write just use women as symbols rather than fully formed characters. But women writers make the love between two characters so palpable that they don't need to do anything but write the interaction itself, instead of waxing on navel-gazing metaphors about how hard pretty lady make dick go. Women writers actually paint a picture of what love looks like. The men write purple prose about their blue balls. Every time I see another girl I knew from high school or childhood get married and take her husband's name, my heart breaks a little more. It breaks even more when they have a baby, and they don't even have their mother's name. The woman who birthed them doesn't get to claim the baby under her name. It's her husband's baby, and she is also her husband's. What fucks me up about this even more is even if you keep your name, that name was given to you by your father. Even if you change your mother's maiden name, that name was given to her by her father. It just makes our historic invisibility seem so much more real. For millennia, men's inheritance of property demands women take their names. Women have never had their own name.
This post just fucked me up. Women have never had their own name.
For people who don't understand my trans ethnicity, it's super simple. My race may be Korean, but my ethnicity is African American. Primarily from Detroit, but sometimes my ethnicity goes through spells of being from Philadelphia. For a whole week I was even from Hawaii, but that was when I had eaten some bad kettle chips and I may have been hallucinating from Kauai. When people tell me trans ethnicity doesn't exist and that I'm just crazy, it is a harmful erasure of my personal experience as an African American. Do you know how I have been prejudiced against? Do you know how I am still prejudiced against? No, you don't. So don't speak for me. Don't speak for my people, whiteys. Peace out, my niggas.
Eating disorders are fat shaming. If you have anorexia, bulimia, or any other eating disorder, you are implying that being fat is wrong, that fat people are ugly and horrible. There is nothing wrong with being fat, but there is something wrong with people using a disorder to shame fatness. You are horrible people.
Straight people dancing to YMCA is homophobic. Straight people not dancing to YMCA is also homophobic. What the hell am I supposed to do then? Apologize. Pros and cons of being mer. Pros. I can hold my breath longer than most humans. Woo, 2 minutes isn't that impressive, but I'm in training, so yeah. When I get in the right headspace, I'm very confident, not timid, and can defend myself. I can enjoy beach trips more than other people. I'm not scared of what swims under or around me. I have no fear of sharks or jellyfish, though it bothers me if I cannot see. I can wear a mermaid tail and be almost exactly how I'm supposed to look. Most of my body is right already. Cons. Occasional urge to yank people underwater when I'm swimming. When I'm in that headspace, I often make inappropriate sexual advances. Oops. Occasional bloodlust. I can't breathe underwater and it makes me sad. I can't be in water for too long without getting pruny, and that's also saddening. Sometimes the sight of polluted water makes me physically nauseous. I have a natural tendency to look down on people or be condescending, mostly towards men. I mean, they used to be my food after all. I'm clumsy as fuck on 2 legs.
Sorry to fellow bronies who follow me, but I need to get this off my chest.
If you come to this country, at least respect the Constitution and speak fucking English. They didn't put English as the official language in the Constitution so that it looks longer. I don't care if you don't know it, it's not fucking hard to learn it.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
For some reason, when people breathe too close to me, it triggers me. Being fishkin really sucks knowing all these people around you can breathe oxygen, but you can't.
I'm a trans therapist, and I advise my trans clients to straight up lie to their doctors and other psychologists, psychiatrists if it gets them hormones. I tell them to make up whatever stereotyped, unrealistic trans narratives they need to if it will get them access to hormones and surgeries they need. The medical system is not set up to protect or help us. It's set up to safeguard cis people from being like us. This is why the entire idea of gatekeeping and everything related to it needs to be burned to the ground. If anyone tells you gatekeeping is a good idea, no matter whether they are cis or trans, they are wrong and they are condemning trans people to death.
Think about why it's illegal to hire a hitman. All you're really doing is speaking and giving someone money. It's legal to speak, it's legal to give someone money. If they actually complete the job, you're not the one who committed the murder, so why is it illegal to hire a hitman? Could it be because inciting violence is not protected under free speech? And if that's the case, why should free speech protect Nazis advocating genocide? Never blogged something harder in my life.